Yes, thank you very much. First, I want to thank the Military Bowl for just a wonderful week. Sally and I have been fortunate enough to be in a lot of bowl games, and none of them more fun than this one. It was educational because we got to see a lot of things I had never seen before, and the players loved it, from the African American Culture Museum to all the monuments. It was just the Capitol. It was really a special week. And then to be able to be honored to play in this stadium where it honors so many battles, be able to thank our military for what they're doing for us, the troops, on a day-to-day basis, and especially over the holidays where they can't be home, was really special. And then we talked about before the ball game, this was a great finish to a season that we needed to have a winning season because these seniors wanted to put us in a position with momentum moving forward that would really help us. And then not only to do that, to win, I think, the first bowl game since 2013, these guys they'll remember that the rest of their lives. And we said, you remember who you are the rest of your life, and that's the last time that this team will ever be together. And that's very emotional. It's the last college football game that Myles will ever play. Sam's got a bunch more. So, but proud of the guys. I thought we got better, weirdly enough, for the Mercer game. And I thought we realized we could be pretty good. And then we played really well the second half against NC State and pretty much put it all together today. We had too many penalties early on defense, but other than that, I thought we pretty much dominated what I feel like is a really good Temple team with 8 wins this year. Yes.
Coach, James Ginsburg, Associated Press. What does it mean to you to finish up? You mentioned some of it, but you came back at a bit in hiatus. You wanted to lead North Carolina back to something, and now here you stand 7-6 with a big bowl. What does it mean to you personally?
Sally and I wanted to come back and influence young people's lives, and we wanted to help them do things that weren't as easy for them to do and be an extension of their parents. You can't do that unless you win. And then we started out with a blast. We won 2 quick games, and then we lost 2, and we had some injuries and didn't play as well. Then lost a third one, I think, to Clemson, and then came back and kind of up and down. We didn't really know who we were. And the last 3 weeks, we've been a really good football team. So it's fun, and now these guys coming back have something to build on. 7's not enough anymore. And you want to go to a bowl and win every year and get a streak of wins. And for the rest of Myles' life and those seniors' life, they can say, like guys when I was here before, like Corey Holliday and Tommy Thigpen and Rick Steinbacher and Dwight Hollier, they started North Carolina football back in the right direction, and Myles and these seniors have got this thing headed back in the right direction.
Greg Barnes in South Carolina. Myles, Max referenced it a couple times, but can you speak to the senior class and yourself having weathered the last 2 years to be able to kind of turn this thing around and reach a bowl game and have the success that you had today?
I think it's big in the sense of creating an identity for what this football team, this program is about. Coming in when you have a coaching change, you don't know exactly what to expect, and you don't know what the future holds for the team. But as the year goes on, we create an identity for ourselves, and we set a standard that we can build on for years to come.
Coach, this is for you, but also I'd like 2 players to comment on this. During the month of October, you said a lot, we're close. At what point did you start to realize maybe you guys were past being close and had arrived at another level, and what was sort of the tipping point there?
I think at halftime at NC State, I knew the guys thought we were going to win the game. We didn't play very well the first half, but there was no panic. There was none of this bad body language. They were excited about getting back out the second half. So I think weirdly enough, I felt good after Mercer that they had so much fun, and the week's practice got better. The week that we practiced before Mercer was one of the best weeks of practice we'd had, and it shouldn't have been. They weren't as good as we were. So it would have been a week that, unless a team was wanting to get better, they would have taken off. And I thought it was a great practice. And then we really had to hold things back for Mercer, and then we dominated the second half at NC State and then dominated today. So I felt like that the last 3 weeks that even some guys said, well, I wish we had this back and that back. And it's a great lesson for us. We don't. But we weren't ready to win those games early in the year. We're ready to win those games now. And this is a really good football team. A couple of the coaches at the end of the game, 4 or 5 minutes left, walked by and said, you know what, this team's really good right now. And I'm very proud of them.
Johnson Alexander with the News and Observer. This question for Sam and Myles. At what point today did you all know that you all were, winning the game, you all were going to have the game today?
Yeah, we felt good coming in. We thought we had a really good plan. We had a really good week of practice and a lot of good practices before we came here. So it's just a matter of going on the field and doing it and trusting our preparation.
I say the exact same thing. I think this week was a big mental week for us just because of all the activities and stuff. But I think we did a good job of preparing and locking in when we were supposed to. And coming off the bus, we knew that we had the upper hand just off the mental preparation and coming in and being able to sustain that throughout the game.
Luigi Cockrell, News and Observer. Mack, after your hit rate path, and I don't know if you thought those days were over for you.
I did. Sally did it once over the time, but that.
Dominique was toweling you off, and I saw you saw another couple of players. How has it been for you to build these bonds with these guys and do that again and have a chance to do it again? And can you look back now that this part of it is over with some perspective on it?
Yes, the bond with these guys, seeing them get better, is just invaluable, and very few people get to do that in their lives, and that's why coaches have trouble getting out of coaching. It's hard to win, and you have to win to stay. But if you can win and you get to stay, you can't measure the value of helping guys grow. And I mean, these two guys, you don't help grow as much, but there's still little pieces that maybe you can add to their life. And even now with Myles going to the NFL, hopefully long time in the future, we'll still be communicating the same way, and I'll still be trying to help him. I'll be on Sam about something tomorrow, and that's just because he's coming back. But that's what's made it worth it for Sally and I. The guys, Bubba, guys gave Sally the game ball, so that was really cool for her. I asked her to take my place and dance, and I think I would have gotten divorced if I'd have moved through that. She looked at me like I'm not dancing, so I thought, okay, she's not dancing. So that was very quick, but that's what makes this so special. It sounds kind of corny, but it's really true, that the relationship that you have with these guys that I didn't know. I knew Sam's name a year ago. I knew Myles' name a year ago. He says I call him Torn all the time. I don't think I do, but if he says it, I know I have. But to be where we are now as compared to where we were a year ago, when I walked into that meeting and looked in those faces that were sad and disappointed. They just lost their coach. They'd had a tough year. That dressing room was a lot of fun downstairs.
Sam, Jim Wong, Washington Post. When you reflect on a record-setting season for you personally, kind of what comes to mind with you and this group this season?
First thing I want to say is I have some really good players around me. My O-line did a really good job all year long keeping me protected. How about those receivers, man? I have some really, really good receivers around me, so they make my job easy. So we put in a lot of work in the offseason, a lot of work during the week, so we just go out there on Saturday and do what we do.
Myles, Rob McGlynn with Wilson Times. This question, I know the bowl game's still fresh, but you've had kind of a season to digest with Coach Brown. Where do you think you guys are now compared to where you were, and where do you see Carolina football going?
I think it's definitely on the rise. Like I said, we've created identity for ourselves, and I think the players know what is expected in the years moving forward. That they have to go up from here. It's no backing down or no going the other way. So just for the young guys that came in that didn't really know what it means to be a college football player, to learn at this level and this standard that we've set, I think is the biggest part.
Brian Keyes, Daily Tar Heel. Mack, going into the start of the season, you didn't know who the starting QB was until pretty soon before the first game. Just looking back on what Sam has done, third most passing touchdowns in the ACC in a single season, can you just reflect a little on what his year has been like?
Yes, obviously he was the first guy that you go see when you take the job. You get to Charlotte as fast as you can because you know how good he can be. And we had 2 good players here, and he wasn't worried about that at all. He is very confident. He wasn't concerned about who was there. What he wanted to know is who the offensive coordinator was going to be, and that was fair. And he wanted to meet him and talk to him. And after that happened, and he and Coach Longo got on the same page, Sam's a gym rat. He's in our office all the time. And for young people out there that want to be good, you want to break records, you got to do that. You've got to be passionate about it. You can't just like it. And he's passionate about being really, really good at football. And he studies it, and he knows it, and he's learned it. And all the players felt that. When I got back after the summer, because we can't watch them throw in the summer, I asked a lot of the older guys, who's going to be your quarterback? And they said, Coach Sam. He's really good. And that I got the same answer when I was asking about Colt McCoy a number of years ago, because the seniors know and the older players know, and it wasn't in question. So I knew that we had something special when I got back in August.